You know what we can run?
An anime podcast.
I think it's better when we break it up like that. You know, it gives us both something to do instead of trying to time it together. Anyway, welcome back to that podcast that not a lot of people think about.
What do you mean? We got like 17 views on the last one.
Oh no, I mean physically think about. I don't think a lot of people are thinking about us.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I think about you.
I think about you too.
Gross.
How dare you? Anyway, this week is the spooky week. You know, day before Halloween.
Damn it.
What?
I forgot about that thing. You know that thing like 2 months ago we were talking about like, hey, if we're gonna do like a Halloween episode, I was gonna do like a spooky intro.
Oh. I totally forgot about that. You know what? No, take it from the top. Go ahead, do it. Right here, go.
No, it's too late now. We've already
Come
started.
Come on.
Fine, but you're peer pressuring me into doing this.
I'll take the blame.
Editor, rep it from the top. All right, so I'll be like, we can't run an anime podcast.
You know, I like it.
Yeah. Make sure you keep in all the bits where.
Oh no, I definitely am.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is the day before Halloween. Very spooky season. Lots of time to watch your favorite scary anime.
Yes.
And if you're Funimation, it's your time to vote out the most rewatchable horror anime of all time. Now, I remember I sent you this list before.
Yes.
And I didn't get your idea on it, or your thoughts on it, rather.
I kind of skimmed it. I didn't want to say much because I want to save it for the podcast.
Mm-hmm. So we'll run through each of these one by one, and we'll keep the if you know which one I'm talking about, we'll keep that one for last because I have to.
Okay, so how about you go through them and then we can discuss them if there's one you want to.
Okay, so they started off talking about Tokyo Ghoul, which I didn't really think about how Tokyo Ghoul would be a horror anime until it was shown to me on this list, and after that, I kind of realized, it kind of could be.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it definitely has a lot of horror elements.
Yeah, with cannibalism and other fun subjects, it definitely makes for a nice Halloween watch party. After that was Dead Man Wonderland, everyone's favorite blood-based superpowers. Have you seen Dead Man Wonderland?
I have.
So it's not really horror, it's more of a shonen dystopian show.
Yeah, I mean, but also like in Tokyo Ghoul, there are horror elements. Definitely like body horror stuff with how like some people would like something contortion with blood.
Yeah,
and definitely. They paint to certain characters. Definitely, absolutely horror like themes running through it.
After that comes Danganronpa, the anime, the first one, which I always thought was a very fun psychological horror type of, I wouldn't say game, but series as a whole, because it's more than just a game. It's sort of similar to Steins Gate, where it has that based on a game feel, where it's worth it if you want to rewatch it, because then you'll pick up on some details that you might have missed the first time through. And it's just, I don't know. I highly rate the first season of Danganronpa, only because it's the only one I've seen.
I think it's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, no, I thought that I'm very surprised that this is on this list. Okay, actually there are a couple I'm surprised is on this list. But Danganronpa, the animation, I watched it, and I was very confused as to why people like Danganronpa until I was later informed, no, this was very much rushed compared to the game.
Huh.
Because I was going through and be like, I'm not getting anything from these characters. They all felt very stale to me. But then learning from other people who have played the game, it's all about, the minor experiences you have with these characters that kind of build them up. Really the kind of thing that a 12-episode show couldn't really do justice for.
Yeah, I can see that actually. It definitely was one of those things where the game had a lot more depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're someone who played the games, the anime fits as a perfect recap, very important event that happened. I don't know. It's on the list. I'd say it's worth a watch if you're a fan of the Danganronpa series.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that is on here is the Junji Ito collection.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that whenever Junji Ito's name comes up in any conversation, you are dealing with a master.
Cats. Loves cats.
Master cat? What?
Also, cats. He loves cats.
He does love cats, but you're dealing with a horror master.
Mm-hmm.
This man is, if you had to set a whole mood for October, it would definitely be Junji Ito.
Mm-hmm. Now, have you watched the Junji Ito collection? Actually, have you seen any Junji Ito content before?
I've seen some of the collection, and I've seen Uzumaki.
Wait, Uzumaki's been out? What do you mean you read Uzumaki?
No, didn't it air on Adult Swim like a year ago?
No, it hasn't aired yet.
Oh, then I must have read it then. Yeah, I read it then.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing about the thing. That's why. But yeah, I definitely highly rate Junji Ito. I think it's definitely if you're gonna rewatch something horror related, definitely need it.
I'm going to say that if you want to get into Junji Ito, you're probably better off reading Junji Ito short stories. I've seen a couple episodes of the Junji Ito collection. The first episode is really, really bad. It's it is awful. But the second episode really does a lot more justice. The thing is that with Junji Ito's art style, it's one of the art style that's really hard to translate into animation. And so and really the first episode of the Junji Ito collection doesn't really do enough justice for his style. But some of his less horror visual stuff that is better in anime form. But I will definitely say I think that his work is much better experienced in book form.
They did give a bonus shout out to one of my favorites of this season, Higurashi.
Mm-hmm. The original Higurashi. Oh no, wait, this is a new Higurashi on this list. That's weird.
The one that's going on right now. I mean, for the first 5 episodes, it definitely gives you that spooky, dark, just horror vibe to it. So I definitely agree with it. I wouldn't say rewatching it because you can't rewatch something that's
not
still airing or not done yet. Exactly. But I still agree that, well, from what I've seen so far, that once it's done, it's definitely going to be a staple for my Halloween experience. And last but not least on this list is the show that I was recommended to see this week. Paranoia Agent. And I gotta say, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. 13 episodes of beautifully animated horror that is just more mind-blowing than it is scarring.
Mhm.
Just like how deep it gets into some of the pathological events that would go on inside some of these people's minds. I felt really just excelled in how they demonstrated it in this show. And I'm actually angry that it took me so long to watch it. This has been out for like 16 years.
Mhm.
Like, why?
Well, I mean, there's a huge reason why. Distribution between like a large amount of years up until basically last year, Paranoia Agent wasn't available on like basically anywhere. I was lucky enough that a cousin of mine owned like a DVD of Paranoia Agent when it first came out.
Mm.
But yeah, like Paranoia Agent did not have a distributor for the last 10 years. Like it was originally like I think distributed by I don't even know. But yeah, after some time it finally got distributed by Funimation and they got the rights. So yeah.
But yeah, I immensely enjoyed this show. I give it a Louisville Slugger out of 10.
Mm.
Very, 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 very well done anime.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic opening.
Fantastic opening. Another brief piece of news is that the new Demon Slayer movie has totaled out in its opening weekend around 44 million in the Japanese box office, which now gives it the record of earning the most movie there, which was previously had by
Earning the
Spirited
most
Away.
movie there.
Did I say the most movie?
Yeah, you said earning the most movie there.
The record holder for the movie to earn over 1 million in Japan.
Yeah, the fastest grossing film in Japan.
Yes, since Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, that is amazing. Now,
Yeah.
this is my disclaimer for all of you who are like me and really want to see this movie. Stop trying to pirate it. Stop looking online. Stop asking in forums. Stop asking people to record it on their phones. Stop it. This movie seems like it's going to be amazing. It seems like it's going to be one of a kind. And it'll come to us soon. It won't be now, but soon it'll come to us. And wait. Just wait. Stop trying to pirate it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, for me, that's a big thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I demand that people, if you're gonna see this movie, you give this movie the respect and the money that it deserves. But man, I can't wait to see this film.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for you, why don't
Oh.
you tell me about the anime that I had given you?
Before I get to that, I have a piece of news.
Oh,
I brought to the table.
Take the floor, my good sir.
So a while back, I mentioned how AT&T was looking to sell Crunchyroll to Sony.
Yeah.
This week we've actually got some it seems like negotiations for that are going forward.
Oh.
So at the moment it seems that Sony is very likely to be buying Crunchyroll from AT&T for $1 billion.
Wow.
For those of you who don't know, AT&T has been looking to sell Crunchyroll as AT&T is currently in $150 billion worth of debt, to put gently. And so they've been negotiating to try to sell Crunchyroll as to help with this. which is a bit weird because Crunchyroll is a recent purchase of theirs. It was only within the last couple of years, and especially because that was part of the HBO Max package. Well, not all of Crunchyroll. It was a handful of Crunchyroll shows in HBO Max.
Okay.
And so now looks like negotiations are going through, and so guess we'll see sometime in the future whether or not they'll become a reality. For better or for worse.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one more thing I wanted to get to because I forgot that I was going to give everyone the answer that I've been asked so much about, and that was my thoughts on Kuma Bear.
I think you said Kuma one too many times.
I didn't. It's 3 Kumas and then Bear.
Ah.
I have to give it the proper respect. It's an isekai. I didn't realize that one. But there's something refreshing about it. I don't know if it's the isekai with a female lead that's not cutesy and more laid back. I don't know.
Did you not talk about this last week?
I talked about how... Did I talk about it?
I feel like you did. I don't know. You can feel free to keep going.
Okay.
You were where I started, so might as well.
Continue. Yeah. It's just the simple facts of there's something refreshing about how it's the main character is not a cutesy girl lost in the new world. It's a regular girl just living her life in a new world, and they keep a lot of like relatable moments, I guess is the best way to say it, as to how a person would and should react to a situation like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I highly rate it for the season. I didn't think I would, but I do highly rate it. And that's all I really want to say about it. I just want to give those quick thoughts on it so people know. So, I need to know, how did you feel about Toa no Kwan?
So Toa no Kwan, I thought it was all right. I don't think I think it feels like a classic shonen like today, but like a bit, with a bit better quality. I was actually, while I was watching this, but this reminds me of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, it reminded me of 2 properties in particular.
Mm-hmm.
The first property that it reminded me of was Zetman. And the other property it reminded me of was Devilman. The original Devilman, I'll make sure it's clear.
Okay.
It was something about the art style and also the presentation of the world. So to explain what I mean, so Toa no Kwan is a show about there's 2 factions in the world. There are these people who are called attractors who have powers that could range from anything. They're like X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a group called Custos who is trying to capture these attractors or in some cases kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And the attractors, once you get to a certain point as an attractor, you develop this alternate form. And for the main character, he just looked like he looked like a modernized Tatsunoko character kind of type. And the enemy team were they kind of also had a similar feel, but a bit more mechanized. And so that's kind of we're kind of more the Zetman comparison. But also that also is kind of also kind of how it is with Devilman. I haven't seen Devilman in a long time. Haven't seen the new one yet. And then also the style of it was very reminiscent of classic styles. I was looking at it, this kind of reminded me of something like a cash urn.
Yeah, I could definitely see that in there.
And so when I was done watching, I went on Wikipedia see like oh, what was this made like? What is this? So I was like, okay, so there's no source material, but the director of these films actually directed the old Devilman anime.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that really explains like a lot like of like what I was experiencing with like how the art style and how kind of the world is like very much reminded me of like Devilman. And so yeah, I think that the show overall, like it's good, but like it's nothing that really blew my mind. It's a strong show, like like shonen type show, which isn't it's not a bad thing. It's absolutely like a lot of fun, a lot of exciting things to watch. There's a lot of cool fights, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. I don't have anything bad to say about it, but that's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can accept that. That's good.
Yeah, like it's good. It's definitely, but I think it definitely like the influence from other like classic shonen stuff kind of made so it's like okay, so this is good, but I've kind of seen this kind of thing before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely if you like this kind of thing though, go watch it. No reason not to.
So that's our recommendations,
Yeah.
Now we move into this week.
Yeah, our recommendations for next week.
What do you have for me, huh? What do you got?
All right. So last week, while we were talking about the shows we were watching this season, you had mentioned that you hadn't actually finished the first season of Golden Kamuy. And so,
That is something
this week, I'm going to be giving you Land of the Lustrous.
All right.
Are you aware of the premise of Land of the Lustrous?
No, I'm not.
So, Land of the Lustrous is a show about... So, in the far distant future, humans have gone extinct for unknown reasons. And the world, as far as we know, is populated by these gem-like creatures that resemble people. And we follow the main character, Phos, as she kind of like explores like the world, and kind of like learning more about the culture of these gem people as well. I will mention that this is a show that's like a fun action show with like some fun character designs, and also might devolve into body horror. But yeah, it's a good show.
All right, I can't wait.
Oh, it's also 3D.
Oh. Huh.
But it does it really well because the main character and like the main group of characters are these gem people.
Mm-hmm.
So that really, like, I think that like the characters being made like that really helps sell you on the 3D animation.
All right, I can't wait. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
For you, I had picked out, and I'm going to preface this with, I know it's bad, and I want you to destroy it next week, or 2 weeks from now, rather.
Right.
And that is Chaos Dragon. Because I feel like this show could have been great, but a few things made it terrible. And I want you to go through and rip it to shreds.
I vaguely remember you telling me about this, and it sounded horrible.
Oh yeah, it is.
All right, well, I guess I'm excited.
Good. Because this has been We Can't Run,
an anime podcast.
Bye.